When you think of the most dominant stealth builds in the current meta, you probably picture high-tier ground predators or deep-sea ambushers. But what if I told you that some of the most oppressive stealth assassins in the entire game are birds? Welcome to the world of nature's premier ninja warriors, the Owl and Nightjar builds. These feathery assassins have invested so heavily into the stealth skill tree, they've developed abilities that feel like they break the rules of the game. So, what specific perks did these builds unlock to become the ultimate silent predators? Let's start with the Owl, a build that functions like a flying whisper unit. Their primary ability is an almost complete negation of sound. They achieve this with two key perks: comb-like serrations on their wing feathers and a velvety fringe that absorbs the whooshing sound of air passing over them. Imagine knife-edge blades slicing through the air with zero audio cue. This ultra-quiet flight is no accident. The devs coded these features in so Owl players can bypass the audio detection of their prey. In matchups against mammal builds who often have high hearing stats, this noise-canceling flight is a game-changer, allowing the Owl to close the distance and land a critical strike before the target even knows it's being hunted. But silent movement is only half of the stealth toolkit. Owls also have a perception stat worthy of a top-tier spy. Their massive eyes are equipped with a tapetum lucidum, essentially a built-in mirror that reflects and amplifies low light, granting them an ability that functions like night vision. To complete their targeting system, owls possess facial discs that act like satellite dishes, funneling every faint sound directly to their asymmetrical ears. This gives them the ability to triangulate a target's exact coordinates from sound alone, making them devastatingly effective in nighttime operations. Now, let's look at their daytime counterparts. The Nightjars and their cousins, the Frogmouths. While owls are masters of active mobile stealth, Nightjars are the undisputed champions of passive camouflage. A Nightjar player's main strategy is to look like part of the environment. The Australian tawny frogmouth's mottled feathers, for instance, are so perfectly optimized to mimic a dead tree branch that it becomes nearly impossible to spot them. This isn't just a visual trick, it's their core defensive strategy. A Nightjar will remain completely motionless, trusting its camouflage perk even when a potential threat is inches away. It's the ultimate game of chicken, and the Nightjar almost always wins. When they do move, these twilight hunters are just as stealthy. They hunt insect builds on the wing, gliding silently through the dark after moths and beetles with minimal flapping. Some builds in this faction have even taken stealth to an extreme. The Poorwill, for example, can enter a state of hibernation through the winter, essentially taking itself off the map in the ultimate stealth play to conserve energy when resources are low. Even the human faction's military players have taken note. One Special Forces team adopted the name Team Nightjar, praising the build for its agility, camouflage, and silence in flight. So what's the final analysis on these winged ninjas? They represent a character loadout completely maxed out for stealth gameplay. From serrated feathers that muffle sound, to eyes and ears dialed to 11 for night ops, the Owl and Nightjar builds are packed with top-tier stealth gear. They prove that you don't need high armor or brute force to dominate your niche. With the right abilities, a surprise attack from a silent predator is one of the most effective strategies in the game. Next time you're out at night and the world goes quiet, listen carefully. The silence itself might just be the deadliest build in the area.